Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Rockets, and Houston is looking to play Texas big. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And with the road trip approaching, the Wizards play the final game of their homestand.
And they've got some additional incentive today. The season series is knotted up at 1 apiece, this being the deciding game. What do you think is going to go down?
Well, I tell you what, Greg, regardless of the season series count, you already know that both of these squads are coming out slugging. I mean, they're competitive. They know each other. Familiarity breeds contempt. So if you ask me, we're in for one of those knockdown, drag-out battles.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Clint Capella is out there with Luke Mbah-a-Moute. And it's Ariza in the small forward. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Bradley Beal picks one up. The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Houston has come out of the gates quickly. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance. Felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Wall passes to Gortat. Paul against Wall. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Clark, I know the teams that are out of the playoff race are looking for things to hold on to, things to focus on as they wind their seasons down.
Yeah, it's a chance to reinforce good habits. It's a chance to maybe give minutes to younger players to see what you have in them and how they're going to approach the situation they're in. Nothing to play for currently, but are they still going to be professional and work to improve? Looking at how they handle the little things, the attention to detail, the preparation, the readiness to play, the carrying out of assignments on the court. All of that is valuable as you look to build your team for what's ahead.
Beal with the steal. Wall attacking. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
And they scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Porter in the corner. And good, coming off the assist by Wall.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Paul dishes to Mbah-a-Moute. 18 feet out. Rebound, Washington. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
Count it.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup. Always got to patrol the three-point line. When you don't, you suffer the consequences.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
So it's the Rockets now after the basket by Washington. Gordon outside. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
Boy, awful defending, really. But in the end, they dodged a bullet. They can't let shooters get clean looks from outside.
Stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. He feeds it to Tucker. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Here's Satoransky. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. One second left. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Rockets lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Houston in the lead. And the Rockets play at one of the highest paces in the NBA. A lot of possessions for both sides as they want as many chances as they can possibly get to score. Clark, when you think about that, how do you prepare for a team like the Rockets if you're their opponent?
Well, there are a couple of things you can do. One is you try to slow them down, and some teams are equipped to do that. Other teams are equally adept at the three, so you match them shot for shot. But the problem with that is Harden is really good in the half court. And even when you take away transition, he can hurt you in the half court game.
We've got Oubre. Mike's got up there with Mahinmi. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Satoransky in at the 1. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. And Meeks kicks to Oubre. Lets the 3 fly. And the 3 ball is good. Meeks got the first basket of the second quarter for the Wizards.
And good pass.
Oh! Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, ooh, wow.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it, Kevin and Greg. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Here's Mahinmi. Makes it off the glass. Mahimi's got his first points of the night.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. It doesn't get much better than that.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's his first foul. And Washington has possession. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Another miss by Houston. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
In the corner, it's Oubre. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And, Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Capella sends it back. Here's Harden. Kicks it out to Paul. Harden outside. From past the arc. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahimi's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. To the left side wing. Fires the 3. The shot by Satoransky, no good. Here's Ariza. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Ariza's got it all tied up now for Houston.
And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Left now here in the second. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt. But they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be, and ultimately that's going to determine whether they can contend.
It's stolen by Capella. Harden the pass to Paul. The feed to Mbah a Moute. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Meeks on the wing, guarded by Harden. Nice ball movement by Washington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
It's Ariza on the wing. Offensive rebound for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Ariza's got 8 here in the quarter. Alley-oop try. That shot off. We'll get right back to the act. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back. Washington calls timeout.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
Here is Harden. So on the floor for Houston. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Clint Capella is out there with Luke Mbah-a-Moute. And it's Gordon in the 1 spot. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. Two great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin, there. I mean, I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Ariza at the elbow. Harden outside. Kicks it out to Ariza. Harden against Beal. Back to Ariza. 4 on the clock. And here's Harden for 3. The Rockets with another miss. Outside, Wall. Three-pointer. That shot missing. And it's Houston the other way.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
The Rockets making a switch here. Paul's checked in. Yep, that one goes in there.
Oh, terrific finish to get this game all knotted up there. He is a force to be reckoned with.
Here's Wall. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got 7 rebounds in the game. That's a 2 from Paul. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
You know, one of the great strengths of Coach D'Antoni, to me, Kevin, is he really gives his players a lot of confidence. And his philosophy really clicks with players. They're comfortable playing for him. They know their responsibilities, and they play hard for D'Antoni.
Beal. The long distance 3 is buried. Beal's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
And to what you said about Mike D'Antoni, he sees his players and asks, what can they do, instead of what can't you do?
And, you know, he's had a lot of success last season, elevating the Rockets and winning Coach of the Year in the process.
Outside, Wall. In the corner, it's Morris. That 3 off the mark.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Mbah-a-Moute. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Well, Clark, your whole career, you were a fantastic rebounder. Really, at all levels you played. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best rebounders right now in the NBA?
Well, for me, it's all about the consistency of getting rebounds at both ends of the floor, and I tend to lean towards those guys that get a bunch of offensive rebounds. So in that regard, Kevin Love, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Drummond, those guys are tenacious and highly productive on the offensive board.
The Rockets making a switch here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Anderson comes in for Mbah-a-Moute. Johnson, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
Here's Anderson. That one misses. And it's Washington the other way. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Paul. Green dishes to Johnson. Back to Green. Shoots the 3. The Wizards with the lead. Outside, Beal. Over to the left wing. From deep, Wall. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. The drive by Green. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Marcin Gortat. The Rockets shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Washington making some changes. He doesn't get the second one. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Meeks kicks to Scott. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Oubre, and he uses the glass on the layup. Oubre's got 10.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
For Washington, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. With 1 on the clock. No good. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Wizards out. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought. Washington with the ball. 4-point game. We've got Satoransky. Mike Scott up there with Oubre. And there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Meeks in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Mahinmi's shot is good.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Green, the pass to Gordon. It's stolen. And again, Washington running the court in transition. Now, here's Oubre. Defense right on him. And Mahinmi with his stuff.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Bahamute comes in for Ryan Anderson. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Johnson. And Paul subbed in for Gerald Green. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. Three-pointers have hurt them tonight and told his players, we've got to play them better on the three-point line. We can't give them any more clean looks. Kevin?
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Ariza kicks to Paul. It's good.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Now here's Here's Oubre. Riza covering. Pass to Satoransky. Here's Oubre. Riza covering. 5 on the clock. And Capella sends it back. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston.
Timeout.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Mbah a Moute. Rockets trail by 6. Kicks it out to Ariza. And the 3 off target. Wizards have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. There's a screen by Gortat. It's Wall with the drive. And Capella sends it back. Outside for Beal. There's Porter with the 3. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 6th assist on the night.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Wall. Gortat. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 6.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate. And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, fatigue really a factor. You can see the heavy legs, and that's why he was wide open on that shot. The defender just couldn't get to him.
Paul can't get that one to fall.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Harden kicks to Paul. Back to Harden. Gortat with the rebound.
The defense has to be better. I mean, they were fortunate that he missed that mid-range jumper. It certainly wasn't because of the defense.
Rockets trailed by 9. Ariza with it. Now guarded by Porter. Ariza dishes to Harden. Over Beal. Kicks it out to Harden. Kept alive by Houston. From deep 3-point range. To the wing on the left. Tries yet again. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Marcin Gortat.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
There's 47 seconds left in the 4th. Paul against Wall. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. .35 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Wall. Beal from long range. Offensive rebound. Back to Wall. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Wall with the slam.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
From deep. Can't get it to fall. And so Washington takes the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Olney, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you.